sentimental and technical video for the QuasiDB service for the 24th of May. Have a look at gold because we're very, very close to the SLC, the stop loss cluster. I think it's pretty much like a guarantee we're going to get it. We're so close, 18.90. We're $5 away. I don't personally think that they're going to move stops because that size is quite small already, and we're so close to the round figure, 1900. I think they're just going to assume it's going to continue on, right? So I think that this might be like an ultimate or penultimate stop loss cluster, and I don't think that they're going to move it. But for the reason for it is that if it goes beyond 1900, I think the retail mindset will think, well, we'll just continue, right? So I think this is going to be a very important day for gold, and also that size is of interest too. It's not that large, so it would be interesting to see what happens. What a good tip to do is to look at your ATR indicator on a small time frame, and if they push volatility, let's have a look. Do this now. Oscillators, ATR, do the 14. So what? Let's have a look at the 1 minute. Right, so they're really pushing the volatility in order to scare the retail participants. And so what might happen potentially, we'll grab that stop loss cluster, and if the volatility dumps, then that's going to be a very good likelihood of that this going to be like an ultimate SLC. And we've got a bearish harmonic on the 1 minute chart. Because it's 1 minute, we will ignore it. It's a bit of a strange one. What was it? H4. Yeah, H4. Let's take that off. This is a good tip. Look at the ATR on the 1 minute time frame, and technically 1904 is your resistance as well, because it's the medium pitchfork line and MR3, and see how we respected MR1. So I don't know. I think we'll probably get that stop loss cluster. We might potentially go to 1904, but I think from a liquidity perspective, it might be done. The start of the harmonic is here, so there would be some volume here, I imagine. So keep an eye on your SLC above 1890 and 1904. AJ, now this is a strange one because IG is very skewed, so I think they've got a data issue. Because of that, it's actually tipped the sentiment over 50%, so we can ignore the sentiment on this. So there's IG there. There's a problem with their servers. Monthly pivots here for AJ. So if you were to trade at 84.11, it's going to be important. And it looks like we're going to have a pitchfork break, diagonal break. We've already broken the pitchfork here, and we might get a diagonal break, and that'd be quite bullish. So 84.36. The SLC is at MR1 85.20, and 83.90. I'm going to try and rush through these. One above AU, 77.85, and this is the very large one. This is the largest by far, 76.70. We've got a bearish harmonic and descending diagonal. We have broken pitchfork like AJ, but we could potentially have resistance there. The Aussie bubble is actually the weakest. For some reason, the retail guys are very long Aussie. Because they've bought it, it makes it a bearish contrarian signal for us, indication. EA 1.58, one below is 156.80. We are a buy, and there are your levels of interest. And this red line is MR1, 157.02. So we had quite a nice respect of MR1 there, for example. And again, we rocketed off that. So yeah, there are your levels there. So you can always pause the video if you need to. EU, where are we? 122.50, 121.55. We're our buy, and well, we're quite, we're strong in the scent. We've broken the pitchfork, but I don't know whether or not this MR1 is going to come into play. And we've got a bearish free drives too. and they're quite rare. You don't see bearish free drives all that often. 2, 3. So it's saying that where the stop loss cluster above is good, where the invalidation level is for this bearish free drive. So 12250 is going to be important. If we go above, we'll crack this the sequence, and that'd be quite bullish. GU, there's MR2, sorry, at 14169, and one above is 14250. One below is close. 14130. We're up by it's quite sideways. We've broken the diagonal and we've broken the pitchfork. However, we've got a bullish sequence. A, B, C, D. So we would be a buy, assuming that 13975 holds. So it's got got a long way to come down to test that harmonic. So it can fall quite dramatically and we'll still be bullish. So be careful if you are short this one. Fundamentals are good as well for pound. NU, I'm with 72.05, 71.49. We're a buy sideways. I have to go through these quickly because I didn't want to make it a long video. So EJ 133.49, 132.36. There's a test of support resistance now at 132.63. And because we're below that, we can target SLC potentially, but we are a buy on the sentiment. They are going ever so slightly long on the average line. Pound yen, 154.90, 153.48. They're very wide from current price. We are a buy, and we have been for a long, long time, and it's sideways. So I think we'll need to come and get these stop loss clusters, and it'll shake this up because this is a little bit too lifeless. It's just continuing, and the pain is ongoing. So it needs to move, and then these guys will get stopped out, and then we can see some decent reaction. Dollar yen. This is of interest on the H4. This is quite an old diagonal, and that coincides with 108.79, but 108.78. SLC above is 109, and below is 108.57. Monthly pivots here, and we're a sell. It could potentially come down and get that stop loss cluster if we break below 108.79, and your monthly pivot is there. So it's your bearish bias because we're below monthly pivot. Dollar CAD, descending pitchfork, descending channels, and we're a sell. One above is 121.01. Keep an eye on oil as well, don't forget, because of the high correlation with CAD. Look at crude oil, 1.2. So if oil dumps, then it's going to affect the CAD price, and then this could potentially do quite well. There's a strong confluence there that's hit that MS2 pretty dead on there, which is interesting. I've only just noticed that. Oh yeah, we came like 1 or 2 pips below, so MS2 was obviously quite important, and it is holding now. Dollar Swiss, there's MS1 at 89.82. We've got a bearish harmonic, a bat sequence, so that will hold. That will hold true, assuming that price doesn't break 90.47. If it does, then it invalidates this. I've got a feeling that this might hang around for a while. There's no pun intended there for the bat. It's just it's just something I just said. So it'd probably just be sticking around probably for a while. I don't know if price is going to come up because we're a sell on the sentiment, and everything's looking quite bearish as well. The dynamics bearish, and the sentiment at the high level and the low level as well. Maybe if we crack above 89.94, we can come and test it potentially. And I think I've gone over my 7 minutes now. I didn't want to make it a long video. Bitcoin, if you're trading this, you want to keep an eye on 35595 and 32504. So I am going to wrap up now. Speak to you guys later. Let me know if you want any charts. I never mind at all. And thanks very much for the video that you did, Marco and Andre. That was an awesome webinar that you did, so I really appreciate that. And I'll speak to you soon.